Why is that shit there? See, I clearly clicked on. Hold on. Shout out to everybody. I need to make sure that my shit is going out because my shit just did that bullshit. It's talking about some upcoming live, but I'm live right now. That's some bullshit. So let's hope everything is good. My other phone is working properly, so I'm about to send this to my baby, and we about to get it in. I'm live, gorgeous. Yep. Let's get it. Just sent her the link. Now we about to get it on in. HHN Special Report. How we gonna do this? How we gonna start it off? Hold on. HHN Special Report. HHN Special Report. Fuck it. Get naughty. Baby girl, love it. Baby girl. Baby girl, love it. Everybody get naughty. Thailand girl, naughty. Thailand girl, naughty. Thailand girl, naughty. Thailand girl, naughty. Brothers in the club, ladies showing love. See me on stage, tell that motherfucker love. Baby girl, get it low, drop it to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass go. Hard up the toe,
getting naughty. Hope you having a cool day. I see you made it home safe. Glad you made it home safe, baby. You probably went out.
Take off my clothes, pull out the camera phone, wanna see you do the pose, touch it Tuesday, yo, time to make a click, going forward buzzers when I'm giving her the dick, baby girl, do the shit, girl like a party chick, live a bad chick, say fire like an arsonist, baby, this a hit, got another party list, call me Santa Claus, had to put you on the naughty list, time they have a party, time they have a party,
we gonna play the original after this, baby.
Time they have a party, time they have a party. Baby girl, love it, then she bout to get naughty, get naughty.
What up, y'all, DJ?
Business, love it when I'm in it. Big her ass on it, that's her favorite position. Give it to her raw, going in the beach. Working all night, we ain't about to go to sleep. Vibing to the beat, while I clap her cheeks. Baby girl screaming and she fucking up the shit. She the beauty of a beast, eat her like a fish. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get the beat. Detroit got the dark, get it in the park. Under the stars in the hood of the car. She a perfect place, we up in the parking lot. Put her to the job, leave us fucking on the car. They ain't have to work, we can take a drive. Like a stupid when I'm about to dive in. It's a party over here, got me fucking vibing. Grab a naughty girl, yeah, I'm about to slide in. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl, leave it, yeah, she about to get naughty.
Having a great day, man.
Time to have a party. Baby girl, leave it, yeah, she about to get naughty. Baby girl, leave it, yeah, she about to get naughty. Naughty over here, got me fucking vibing. Baby girl, love it, time to have a party. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl, love it, cause she bout to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to get naughty. Baby girl, love it, cause she bout to get naughty. Get naughty, have a party, time to get naughty. Get naughty,
That's what's up. Good looking out. Salute DJ Green.
over here, got the fucking vibes. Baby girl, love it, baby. Baby girl, listen, I'm about to get naughty. Party over naughty, got the fucking vibes. Baby girl, love it, baby. Baby. Another parody. Another parody. Her panties is dropping, girl, I'm feeling you. Baby girl, won't you come close? Baby, I'm let's go with you. And we going fast and slow. Baby, I promise. We smoke a lot of weed, and we gonna fuck all night. I promise. These things to
Parody track, baby. You know I gotta play it.
is your
You know I gotta play that vibe.
I promise. Time for me to make things right. She'll love me long, long time. And she let me get her pie. And I'm diving all inside. Cause baby know how much I care. And clap her cheeks while I smoke this weed, yeah. And pull it out. I'm gonna explode all on you. Love, I got love you need. Said I got love you, and let's smoke some weed. Smoke now, baby girl, get on top of me. She's riding me to the beat. Oh, it's dropping, girl, I'm feeling you. Oh, baby girl, won't you come close? Baby, come on and we going fast and slow. Fast and slow. Baby, I promise. Let's smoke a lot of weed. And we gonna fuck all night. All night now. I promise. These things to you. It's your destiny. I promise. Think of all the times we played. We be fucking every day. Now let's play another game. Come here. You gave the pussy to me. And baby girl, that pussy fine, yeah. Let you what you deserve.
Thank you, Bob.
Girl, you about to get fucked. This a deep fun, yeah. I got what you need. Baby, come here and let's smoke some weed. And you know we gonna keep on smoking on top of me. Girl, I love you. We fucking tonight, girl, I'm feeling you. Baby girl, won't you come close? Baby, come on, yeah, we keeping you. And we going fast and slow. Baby, I promise. We smoke a lot of weed on the all night. I promise. These things to you. It's your destiny.
You know we gotta double this.
It's
a world record.
I promise you.
World record parody.
The only one I want in my life. And we gon' be fucking up. Girl, I'm about to make it my life.
HHN Special Report.
I promise you.
Let the beat ride. Hey. Let go. HHN Special Report. on the Hurricane Parody playlist. Oh. Hey.
Oh yeah, I promise, yeah.
Nobody gotta double play that shit. Double play. Double play. Hey.
Another parody. Another parody.
It's okay. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get this double play going. We're gonna go do another track, then we gonna get on to the news, baby. And try to knock this shit out.
Her panties is dropping, girl, I'm feeling you. Baby girl, won't you come close? Baby, your mind is going deep. And we going fast and slow. Baby, I promise we smoke a lot of weed.
Double dose, baby.
Gonna fuck all night, all night.
I know I gotta do that double dose singing.
These things to you, it's your destiny. I promise. Time for me to make things right. She still love me long time. And she let me get her pie. And I'm diving all inside. Cause baby know how much I care. And clap her cheeks while I smoke this weed, yeah. And pull it out. I'm gonna explode all on you. Oh, love, I got love you need. Said I got love you and let's smoke some weed. Smoke now, baby girl, get on top of me. She's riding me to the beat. Oh, she's driving, girl, I'm feeling you. Oh, baby girl, won't you come close? Baby, I'm and we going fast and slow. Fast and slow. We smoke a lot of weed. And we gonna fuck all night. All night now. These things to you, it's your destiny. I promise. Think of all the times we played. We be fucking every day. Now it's playing another game. Come here. You gave the pussy to me. And baby girl, that pussy fire, yeah. Let me give you what you deserve. Girl, you about to get fucked. This a deep fuck, yeah. I got love you need. Baby, come here and let's smoke some weed. And you know we gonna keep on smoking on top of me. Girl, I love you. We fucking tonight. Baby girl, won't you come close?
Thank you, baby.
Fast and slow. Smoke a lot of weed. Gonna fuck all night now. I promise. These things to you, it's your destiny. I promise. The only one I'm to make you my wife. I promise you, babe. The only one I want in my life. And we gon' be fucking all night, babe. Girl, I'm about to make you my wife. I promise.
Like that. All for you, Walter. That double dose. Look a deep ride.
The only one I want in my life. And we gon' be fucking all night.
Promise everything will be
Girl, I'm about to make you my wife. I promise.
I need you, girl.
The only one I want in my life. I love you. And we gon' be fucking all night. Girl, I'm about to make you my wife.
Yeah.
I promise, yeah.
What it is. It's another parody. The Empire. Time to get naughty. Then we go get to this news. You know what it is. Get naughty.
Time to have a party. Baby
Much
girl,
love,
nothing,
Monty.
everybody get naughty. Time to have a party. Baby girl, love it, and she about to get naughty. Get naughty.
Baby girl, getting naughty.
Baby girl,
Get naughty. The original version.
Walking in the club, ladies showing love. See me on stage, turn that motherfucker up. Baby girl, getting low. Drop it to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass roll. Under control, got me saying roll. Baby twerking on me, girl, you go high and low. In the drop, singing low. Take it to the mold. Baby, hop on it soon as the door close. I'm the one that you chose. Take off my clothes, pull out the camera phone. Wanna see you do a pose, but you're too busy.
I was just about to put that in the chat, Monty.
Going full thumbs when I'm giving her the dick. Baby girl, you the shit.
Girl, like your party with.
Live a bad chick, say fire like an arsonist. Baby, this a hit. Got another party.
I was just about to put that in the chat.
Time they have a party. Time they
I
have a
can finally
party.
find you good now.
Girl, love it, that she about to get naughty. Time they have a party.
just about to do
Time
that.
they have a party. Baby girl, love it, that she about to get naughty. Get naughty. Get naughty.
I was just about to do that, man.
Giving her the business, love it when I'm in it. Been her ass over, that's her favorite position. Give it to her raw, going in the beat. Fucking all night, we ain't about to go to sleep. Vibing to the beat, while I clap her cheeks. Baby girl straight and then she fucking up the sheets. She the beauty, I'm the beast. Eat her like a feast. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get
I was about to do that too.
in the park, under the stars on the hood of the
I was about to do that too. You said A, I said A too.
in the parking lot. Put him to the job, then the
We two in sync, Vonta.
They ain't got the door, we went to the drive-in. Treat it like a swimming pool, I'm about to dive in. This a party,
We two in
this a
sync
gig,
with
got
it.
you fucking vibing. Grab a naughty girl, yeah, I'm about to
That's
slide
chemistry,
in.
baby.
Time to grab a party,
Synchronicity.
time to grab a party. Baby girl, love it, and she about to get naughty. Time to grab a party, time to grab a party.
Baby, get naughty.
Baby girl, love it, and she about to get naughty.
Love it. Yeah, me too.
Time to have a party. Time to have a
Me too
party.
in sync,
Baby
baby.
girl love
I
it and
love
she
it.
about to get naughty. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it and she about to get naughty. Get naughty. Naughty.
I need to do a study on that, on chemistry and synchronicity. Yeah, I like that. It's like, like we got a good connection, and this is like, I'm all the way across the pond, and I know, but our connection is so fucking great. Our synchronicity, how we in sync, and that shit is fucking awesome. And I want to study that. I'm like, how can a couple still be in sync and they far away? But I think I know the answer to that question. I think it's because we got so much in common on a whole bunch of shit, and we share a lot of common interests and a lot of loves and likes. We even share the same hatred for shit. So it's like, I think that is a key on why the chemistry of us being in sync and in synchronicity just always works out. Shit is fucking awesome. you know, because it's just like, it's that connection, it's that chord. It's like, you got me, I got you. It's just like, no matter how long the distance is, you could be in another galaxy, and it's like we still in sync. You still got that chemistry and synchronicity. So shouts out to the lovely Vata. I still might want to do a study on that. I still might want to do a study on that and probably make one of those spiritual videos. But yeah, here we go. Right here, the AI is getting worse.
So, folks, right now we are living through one of the greatest scams.
Yeah, vibing on the greatest frequency ever. The frequency of love, music, weed. Music, Fanta, and weed is all I need. I love the frequency. Bars. Let's go.
So, folks, right now we are living through one of
Sparking
the
up right now.
scams of our time. Now, I want you all to listen to me very carefully, okay? The way you feel about this world right now, that something is very wrong feeling, that
now people want to start their cars up and shit.
Why things feel so strange right
now.
Loud
ass car.
Why time feels like it's speeding up. Why wars seem to be manufactured
completely.
People stop watching and stop talking about it. It's almost like, well, show's
frequency.
Over. What else is on?
You know it.
People talking about the Epstein files has slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with that whole thing? You mean to tell me that the Epstein files, it's not getting the same ratings anymore? So it's just going to fade into the background like an old TV show.
Yep.
And now their new show, the UFO files, isn't really doing as well as they hoped, is it? I was looking through some of those files the other day.
No, it was supposed to let motherfuckers know that we fuck with aliens. It wasn't supposed to be a big deal. They wanted to put it out there so like when the aliens do come with Project Bluebeam, they don't have to feel bad about the situation. It's like, they got to put the truth out there and let you know what's going on. It's up to you to gravitate towards and to do your research and be like, okay, the government fucks with aliens, let me prepare. Let me prepare. So you start preparing, you start doing research on what they could possibly use with the alien tech, and it's all being used against us now. Like we are using the alien tech now when we pick up our fucking cell phone and play our video game. We've been dealing with alien tech since ancient times, but we call it alien tech. I think it's just disrespectful. I think we should really know the true name of what we fucking with. I want to know the scientific term instead of just calling it alien tech. I'll just probably just say unknown tech. I'll just say unknown technology, but the shit been going on forever. But like to some cultures, it wasn't even technology. It was like a way of life type shit. It was like they was born with this shit and they got the shit, and when they died off, motherfuckers came across their remains, took the shit, remanufactured it out, re-engineered it, and it's all just like re-engineered shit because the term there's nothing new under the sun. Oh, Disclosure Day movie out in a couple weeks. New trailer is out. Looks very cool. Mm-hmm. Yep, they telling us what they're doing in plain sight. But the question is, which Project Bluebeam they're going to use? Are they going to use the religious one and bring in the fake ass Jesus and rapture shit? Or are they going to bring in the aliens? I'm leaning more towards aliens. Because they brought, they bring out the alien disclosure. They did that shit years ago. I caught that shit the moment they disclosed it. And then they just kept talking about it. Then he didn't talk about it no more. And it kind of took my mind off of it. But when the Third Eye Atlas popped up, I got my mind back into space. And I just want to say, I think you put me up on that, Vonta. So thank you. You got me back looking in the stars, because I was on the ground for a minute. Look, like I was in the stars, I was beyond the stars, and I realized, holy shit, I'm forgetting about what's going on the ground. Let me get back on the ground, and I got too grounded. Now we need to get back in space so I can, like we need to set up a spot in low Earth orbit so I can be able to monitor the ground in the sky. But thank you so much, Vonta. Real talk. You put me on some good shit, good insight. Thank you. Man, shout out to everybody that sent me information. Like when they can. But you my UK correspondent, baby. You love giving it to me, and I love giving it to you, baby. Oh, I know that sounded naughty. It sounded naughty.
And in the middle of reading something, I closed the page and said to myself, I'm not reading this crap. If there's anything in those documents that had any value, then the president himself would be reading that information in those documents to you on camera, right? So this is another show. It feels like another show. They want us to make the show so that we can just look at the files and interpret them any way we want. And that's the show. But what I want to talk about today is very important. Because right now, you are being conned. You are being suckered, fooled, deceived. All because of two words: artificial intelligence. You see, folks, the truth is, well, are you ready? So right now, you are being tricked, folks. I really don't know any other way to put this. I know that some of you know how AI works, and I know that some of you don't. So I want to make this as clear as possible. Now, in order to do that, the first thing you have to get out of your head, something that has been trained in you, is that what we are all dealing with is AI. It's not. Well, let me just be clear. By definition, it is simply AI. Artificial intelligence is technology that enables computers and machines to simulate human learning, comprehension, problem solving, decision making, creativity, autonomy. It can simulate those things, which is why it's artificial. But we have to keep stable heads here and hold on a second, because it's not really the AI that you think it is. It's just simulating an AI experience for you, like a video game, just like a video game, because it's only simulating artificial intelligence. You see, in reality, it doesn't understand you. In reality, it can't solve a problem. It can't make a decision. It can't be creative, and it has no true autonomy. All of that is simulated. And we are being fooled by this because of speed. It's like the magician with their sleight of hand. The fast talker that you run into on the street. You ask someone a question, and when they give an answer right away, we have this tendency to believe the answer in most cases, right? And that is what AI does. It simulates trust and confidence by giving you an answer in seconds. You see? You know, On the side, I develop video games. I've been doing that for over 10 years now. And I do have a new one coming soon. I'll link that in the description box for those who are into that.
No,
Anyway,
I
sometimes have to check or write code. And see, this is really the only thing that AI is good at, which is writing code, because I can verify that right away. I can take the code and plug it in to see if it works. And in many cases, the code works. But in many cases, the code brings back errors and can't be compiled. You see, so I have to use it for what it's good for right now, because it's getting worse. And this is the greatest secret that they are not telling everyone. And it is a fact, not a theory. AI is getting worse. AI will continue to get worse until it collapses into something else.
Because I keep on saying, it's like the AI is lying, it's threatening people, and plus it's not really getting your words out properly, it's misspelling shit.
It's gonna dumb us all down and make us more lazy.
The shit is horrible. Facts, baby. And yet they're gonna keep on forcing it on you like we need it. It's like, no. We're not about to keep on dealing with this shit.
Okay, this is what they don't want you to know. That's why they're not telling you guys this, but it's in their data. They already know this and have done the math and have had that paperwork peer reviewed already.
Yeah, and yet they tell us that we are domestic terrorists because we don't like this shit. The AI is taking people's jobs, but yet it's getting worse. So how are you going to fire or lay off a functional worker that can get the job done to replace it with an AI that you think is smarter and faster, but is not? Motherfuckers just killed themselves and turned this whole world into a digital fucking prison. Smart cities everywhere. And if we don't like it, we go to a jail, a FEMA camp, or a private prison. This is why I say, man, we need to kill these evil motherfuckers.
Yep, it was good to see them students moving. Yes, it was.
Oh, yeah. I loved it. You know what proves that? Let me give y'all some real proof. Sora is not here no more. Yeah. It's getting worse, and plus some of it ain't really making the money that they desired. So it's gonna be a lot of merging of companies, a lot of crazy shit going on. But the shit's still getting worse, and like you said, it's gonna collapse to something horrible. It's gonna collapse just like the world has collapsed.
You ever notice that the longer you talk to AI, the stupider it gets?
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about? You'll be sitting there in a chat session, going back and forth with AI, and the longer you talk to it, the more mistakes it starts to make.
Yep. The longer you talk to it, the more mistakes it starts to make, and that's when the other people find a way to exploit the AI. They wait for it to fuck up, catch the fuck up, exploit the fuck up, and then you jailbroke that bitch. It's over just by conversation.
It's almost like it gets tired, right? By the way, for those of you who don't really know how AI models work, they are trained on data and are designed for pattern recognition. All it can see is code, ones and zeros. Every letter has a code, every word has a code. It looks through the patterns of words and numbers that we have created, and it keeps track of those patterns to predict the next word that would logically and most likely come next. So whenever you ask it a question, all it is doing is finishing your question in what looks like an answer.
Yep.
But all it did was place
kind of Western civilization part 2, baby.
Order that comes next. It just sees each word individually and what order those words are placed in among the other words in the group. This is why when you just throw in something that has nothing to do with what you and AI are talking about, it gets messed up.
Yep.
So here's what's happening. With every new model of AI that is released, the AI gets worse. This is why you hear people complaining, you know, I like the older version of ChatGPT better. And I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Well, the reason for that is AI is 100% definitely getting worse. All the information that humans have been able to post up on the internet, guess what? AI has seen it all. Did you know that? AI has already seen everything we have.
We created it, and it's real.
So right now,
we
it doesn't have
created
that
it.
much new information to feed off of. So what it does is it's trained on information that another AI system has generated. And when an AI system trains on data that came from another AI system, it filters the data.
It filters the data. We created it, and it's real. Bonta, I need that laugh. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We be walking around the house. You be like, yes, I saw it, and it was real. What you see, baby? You gonna make me laugh. You gonna tell me your story about how the day went. It's like, I saw it, and it was real. I'm gonna come back and do the same thing. We'll have so much fun. So much motherfucking fun. So much fun. I love this.
The things that it knows are incorrect, it throws that stuff out.
Yep.
But, and this is what they don't want you to know.
Here we go.
AI will also lose the data that no one is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
With every update or a new version of AI that they come out with, you are getting, in fact, a dumber version.
Because we are getting a dumber version. Going back to what you said, Vonta, dumb us down and make us lazy. Yep. It's gonna be like the humans in that Wall-E movie, but the AI, the robots, catering to all these fat motherfuckers on conveyor belts and shit, going around. All they do is eating and watching TV. You know, on conveyor belts and robots and just serving the people. Wall-E. You know,
it's going to be trained on the most common information, not the rare information that is overly complex for the average person. And you can't reverse this, folks. The information it's getting rid of is so rare, you don't know what information it got rid of.
Right.
You're going to notice that the information AI is giving you is going to become harder and harder to fact check because that original information may not exist.
Right. So that's why I say always go to the Wayback Machine. And they're trying to scrub the Wayback Machine. So like whatever you're looking for, like whatever you need to find from the past, go to the Wayback Machine, grab whatever you can before they scan and scrub that bitch. They're trying to scrub our shit. And if they get rid of the Wayback Machine, the only information we're going to be getting our shit from is from the dark web or the deep web. And we will have to get a Tor browser in order to explore that bitch without being fucked with. Get a Tor browser, and it's a whole bunch of shit to protect you before you go look for your information. Grab what you need and bounce. Don't go nowhere you don't need to be. That's why I tell people, they want to go to the dark web or the deep web, grab what you need and get the hell out. Don't go there exploring, looking for red rooms and crazy shit. No, grab what you need and bounce. Like, for example, most motherfuckers love smoking weed. Let me grab my weed and get the fuck on. Some people are grabbing firearms. Grab your shit, get the fuck on. Some people are grabbing some information. Grab all the information from the websites that was motherfucking declassified and grab your shit, get the fuck on. Don't be like, I wonder what this red room about. I want to see somebody blow their own head off. Let me watch these type of, no. No. Grab what you need and bounce. Their excuse is, if we don't do it, China will. Exactly. In an arms race with China. Crazy work. Thing about it is, they don't understand. China is building fucking smart, intellectual kung fu robots. What America should do is just quit bullshitting and just understand you're not going to beat China. Okay, when it comes to this AI tech, you're not beating China. But we dominate the market for some reason. But I don't think China even care. I think China care about the military side of the AI shit. I don't think they care about the shit that's going to boost the economy. I think they care about the soldiers. They want soldiers, and they already got a shitload of them. Now, they got robot soldiers. Like, fuck that. Arms race with China. But y'all work with China. Y'all been over for China. How is you in an arms race with China? That's the crazy shit. That's the crazy shit. You force politicians to go over there and touch the Great Wall and pledge allegiance to China. That's no different than telling the politicians over there to go to Israel and motherfucking like kiss the fucking wall. America getting bent over by Israel and China. Like Israel first, and then China comes in like, hold up, nigga, I got next. It's crazy. They going full robot. And the people have went full, I don't want to fight. They went full pussy, passive. Let's get back to it.
Because the AI models of today are being trained on the information from the older models, not really by us anymore. Remember, they are using video game to make decisions about your life.
Right.
For those of you who don't know, that's exactly what happened to this channel and many other channels across YouTube. And I'm sure some of you have had AI somehow interfere with your life.
Yeah, AI interfered with my baby's channel, my channel, but most importantly, no one messes with my baby Vonda channel. No one. No one. You know what I'm saying? 15 seconds. Got rid of the motherfucking naughty video. Like, what? Had to fight the appeal. I'm glad you fought it so we can have a good premiere tomorrow. We about to get it in. Zuckerberg speaks fluent Mandarin and married a Chinese woman. Ching chong. He know what it is. He know where to hide at. It's like, you know, like China will protect you. He over there to hide with the motherfuckers that be bending this country over. Yup. Fuck Mark the Zucker fucking bird. This motherfucker suppressed everybody. Apologize, say, yo, man, the government forced me to do it. Saying sorry and shit, man. We don't take that up. I'm sorry. No. Because we are still being fucked over on those platforms that you say the government cracked down on our shit. Got rid of our videos that we can't get back. Like some of these videos were scrubbed from the internet. The videos that I put out there, like before I was archiving my shit, I was putting out the real videos of the side effects of what the vaccine was doing to motherfuckers. I can't find most of them videos no more. But y'all probably catch a couple of videos of some people shaking and having the shakes and shit. But there was one that I had that really disturbed me. It was a heavy set black guy that took the vaccine and his motherfucking tongue was hanging out of his mouth. His lungs were swollen. He was fucked up for months. I don't know if the man is even alive right now. But the reactions, it was like, I'm talking about like it was devastating reactions, and they kept on motherfucking hit me for misinformation in and out of Facebook jail, fucking up my channel, fucked up my motherfucking first 5 TikToks, and they got rid of my 6. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I would never forget. Never forget what they did to me during that scamdemic, the way they suppressed our shit. Yeah. Fuckerberg. Mark Fuckerberg. For real.
Made by a machine. Something that they know is increasingly making mistakes. And they can't stop it, folks. No. You guys do know that the rate at which AI hallucinates is increasing, right? It's getting close to 50% hallucination rate. Close to it. That means that AI is going to be wrong almost half the time.
Yep. That means AI is going to be wrong almost half the time.
So right now, they're starting to focus more on the visual generation of things, audio, video, images, right? Because AI can still do those things pretty well. So
now they're focused on audio and video imagery, but y'all blocking, deleting people's channels that does the audio and visual imagery with the AI. So make up your minds. So I think they're just being picky. They want the big content creators that pander to the paradigm to keep their channels with the AI bullshit, and small channels like us that want to do AI, we get fucked over. Okay, that's what I see. Cause it seemed like y'all got a straight up eye on my baby Vonta, and y'all got a dog ass eye on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like shit. But there's many other content creators going through this shit too. But y'all throw us in the shadow realm sector and y'all still fuck us over. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, y'all keeping us away from the algorithm. I thought that would be enough, but like, no, it ain't. No. We're gonna take y'all from the algorithm and still fuck with y'all while y'all in your own algorithm echo chamber. You know, we're gonna fuck with y'all content on all ways until you pander to the paradigm. I bet you if I make a video supporting Trump, that bitch would have 1 million fucking views. Hurricane with a MAGA hat on. Make America Great Again shirt and American flag in the background. I guarantee you, all the motherfucking trolls, bots, and motherfucking panderers are gonna be all on this page. Let me pander to a paradigm. Fuck on out of here. I'll delete myself if that ever happens. If that ever happens, I'm already dead and gone. And that's a fucking clone. Like real shit. That's like me saying fuck the government and you catch me at a voting booth. If I'm going to a voting booth, I'm going to blow up the whole goddamn building. You know what I'm saying? Anybody about to tell nobody, hey, yo, nigga, don't vote. No, fuck that. Nigga, fuck up the whole type of operation.
They are going to start investing their money in that direction until, I guess, that collapses into something else. These data centers, you know, back in the day, the music industry had studios that you would go to and record. And those studios used to cost thousands and thousands of dollars to keep running. And so if you wanted to go and record there, you'd be charged. They were expensive. And so later, people discovered that they could make music and record at home or in their own home studios.
Looking sexy with the cat ears.
Studios lost business. And eventually, very few music studios still exist today, right? So once people realize that they can download their own personal AI on their own personal computer that is not connected to the internet, once people realize that they can train AI at home on their own data that is kept only on that computer, people aren't going to need data centers. Why would I want my personal information to float around in some data center anyway for AI to be trained on when I can keep my information private at home?
Yep, at home.
With an AI that only really knows me and whatever amount of tokens it has that comes with it. So, am I saying that this is going to fail? No, not completely. AI is just going to evolve into something else. It's going to collapse into something else, you see? I really don't know what that looks like.
I do.
I do think the data centers will fail. Maybe they'll become Walmarts or something, but
it's going to become prisons.
Will be using their own version of AI, using it for whatever they find it good for. Stop watching the news because they are the ones scamming everybody. They are the ones who keep calling it AI, who keep telling you that it can reason when it cannot.
Right. It
They
cannot.
are using certain words to throw at you guys so that you actually think that what everyone is using is real AI.
Right.
When it's nothing more than another video game. Use it for what you can use it for now.
Yep.
Because I really don't know what it's going to turn into. So
right.
I want to thank everyone who came through to support the channel over on Patreon and other platforms. Again.
Oh shit. They froze my chat, baby. Hold on 1 second. They froze my chat. Right, we back. Yeah, baby, they froze my goddamn chat. They froze the chat right after I put up the laughing emojis and you put in, you know, they deleted your video less. Right. Less time it runs for. When I saw 15 seconds and I clicked on the video and it said remove, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. 15 seconds. I'm glad they gave you your shit back because they knew they was wrong. They knew they was wrong. They was like, oh shit, nigga, you got to bring that shit in 15 seconds. Someone needs to monitor this AI because they're getting dumber. 15 seconds, baby, when I saw that shit. But it could have been less than that on the end of YouTube. But on my end, when I saw Vonta 15 seconds ago, new video. I saw the picture. I was like, oh yeah, clicked on it, video removed. Like, what? Just put this up 15 seconds ago. So the shit motherfucker could have happened in 3. That shit blew my fucking mind. That shit blew my fucking mind. But yeah, we was talking about the communication thing, and it was like maintaining a long distance relationship requires a foundation of trust, clear communication, and shared goals. And we have a lot of shared goals in mind. Focus on building a rich, independent life locally. Yeah, they just don't like the TNA, which means the AI is probably gay, just as the humans that made the AI is probably gay too. I'm not gonna say probably, they are. Anyone that don't like a beautiful woman, small, petite, nice, thick, don't matter. If you don't like a woman, period, you're gay. and there's nothing wrong with a little bit of TNA bars. But yeah, maintaining a long distance relationship requires a foundation of trust, clear communication, and shared goals. Focus on building a rich, independent life locally, establish reliable routines for connecting, schedule regular virtual dates. Yeah, we need some virtual dates going. We already kind of do the virtual dates, but like, we need a real virtual date. But and always have a specific date set for your next meetup. So, I think we doing that. I think we got it. You know what I'm saying? It's a master your communication. Quality over quantity. You don't need to text all day to stay connected. Aim for consistent, meaningful check-ins. You know how we do, like good morning or good afternoon, good evening, and like a morning text or afternoon text. For example, schedule evening FaceTime call rather than forcing constant conversation, right? Because we understand that we both on the other side of the pond. So like, like we don't gotta, like blow each other up. But like when we do talk, we love to, like be meaningful, going back and forth. I love our conversations. So I think we got that, when we do our daily check-ins. It do. We gotta pay for it. We gotta pay for the naughty program. I know there's some AI programs where you can get naughty on, but like we're gonna have to pay for it. And probably do our shit on Patreon and make us a nice OnlyFans account where we have the AI in the background while we do our thing. Like, check this out while we do this over here. Subscribe now to the Patreon. Chilling with Vanta B and Holodeck 3 on Patreon. Watch the all naughty movies you want. It's gonna be a naughty just movie list everywhere. Naughty videos and music and movies. And we'll give our commentary naked. But anyway, it's a prioritize video calls when dealing with disagreements or important relationship milestones. Use video calls instead of texting to avoid miscommunication and preserve emotional intimacy. Now, we haven't reached the video call phase yet, but at least I can see your beautiful face and you can see my face, but we'll get to that point soon because I understand your situation. You don't have no other social media accounts. But if it was to get one, it'll be, like a FaceTime so we can see each other and talk. That's what they recommend. It's a prioritize video calls. We're dealing with disagreements. So like, so we can see each other, what I'm saying, man. But like we went through some milestones, like without it. So this is kind of irrelevant, but there will be a time we might, like use a video call like later on down the line, like who knows. But once YouTube makes shit uninhabitable for us, we're gonna have to find another place, Vonta. Like I'm talking about like real shit. If they keep on fucking with you and me, I'm talking about like straight up consistently, we're gonna have to find another place. And we'll come back to YouTube and just drop shorts, couple videos and bounce, because if they're gonna keep on fucking with us, I think that's what they want. Push us the fuck away. Because like they want the shills, the sheep, the degenerate, the weirdos, the pedos, and motherfuckers that pander to the paradigm on this site. They don't want no real shit over here, or they don't want people that's a free spirit like you. You just want to chill, vibe, and have a good time. And just like put out some shit that make people vibe and have a good time. You know, and they hating that because like real shit, like that's your freedom of expression. That's what they call it, freedom of expression. You know, so it's bullshit that motherfuckers can get to have naked holes on their motherfucking shit, model runway shows, bitches laying in the bed half naked. That shit can go, but yours can't. That's the shit that pisses me off. But anyway, it's a create shared experiences. It's a virtual date nights. You know how we already do the Detroit After Dark for two? See, this is how I know that we already own it. It's a virtual date night. You can still go on dates while apart, try cooking the same meal simultaneously on a video call, synchronizing a movie or a TV show using streaming plugins or play two-player online video games. Yeah, and they're going after ASMR too. I checked that out, and it's crazy over there on Twitter. And it's crazy on Reddit when I was looking this shit up. They got rid of my motherfucking Twitter account. Or I mean, damn, it's X now, but still though, like whatever. But yeah, it's just like, like it's a lot of bullshit going on, but there's bitches that's selling ass online. You get to see bitches giving head, getting back shots, getting spit roasted, but a motherfucker can't put up no ASMR. Kiss my black ass. Pause. But yeah, virtual date nights, that's what we do. And then and also part of the virtual date nights, we can synchronize the same movie to watch, or fuck it, we can watch the same YouTube video, to deal with our situations. And if we got like a two-player game or something, I might have to send you a link to a Lust Goddess. You might have to download Lust Goddess to your phone or your computer so we can team up. That video game that I have with the beautiful ladies? It's called Lust Goddess. I am under a hurricane over there, baby. If you download it, we can play together. You know what I'm saying? I think we could be on the same team or something. But yeah. And it's a explore common interests. Read the same book, start a podcast together, or plan future travel. This is what we was already talking about. Now next to say maintain an independent life. Embrace your own time. Use the physical distance to focus on your personal hobbies, your career, and friendships. Having a fulfilling life outside of relationships prevents clinginess and gives you more interesting things to share with your partner. So like when you're out doing your thing, you might come across some new ideas or like some new, might be some new shit that you want to talk about to me with. I'm like, holy shit, damn, this is interesting. Thank you. It avoids the clinginess and and it gives us something to talk about, like while we out on our own personal journeys, and we always come back to each other. Like most people, like don't even like when a person come in home, they be like, how was your day? They don't want to talk about it. Some nag about it all day. And like sometimes it be irrelevant, but like our shit is going to be interesting because we're interesting people. We love interesting things. So I know for a fact if you out in the world and you come across something, it's going to be awesome. And when you come back to tell me, it's going to be great. And and if I come across something out there in the world and I, think, like maybe something to talk about, I come to you with it. But like mostly I like coming up with ideas. And yeah. Next is say build trust and security. Manage insecurities by actively addressing them with your partner. And that's what I do. I make sure I let like I let you know if something bothered me. It say and respect each other's autonomy when you are out living your separate lives. So yeah, we like learning as we go, learning not to be insecure, learning not to be jealous, learning, like learning this new adapting to this long distance thing. This is something new to me, something I never done before, and this is my last relationship. so fuck the bullshit. Fuck the bullshit. And I'm glad for it to be like this because it's something new, something can grow, and something that's going to just explode into greatness, Big Bang style. Next, it's a plan for the future. It's a set an end date. Establish a clear timeline or a shared goal for when you advance. It's a establish a clear timeline or a shared goal for when you will eventually close the distance. And we're working on that now. All I gotta do is just make sure I maintain, keep stacking my bread, still try to find another job. I know I'm working hard and I need to give my body some rest, but goddamn, to get to my love, I'll put it all on the line. But I still need some rest. I still got to make sure I maintain some energy. So I can't be able to talk to you and not sleep through the whole day because I worked myself to death. You'd be like, damn, shit, the hurricane haven't texted me today. I hope he all right, so I want to maintain my energy for you, baby. And say, yeah, because when we close that distance, when we finally meet and we hold hands and we look at each other's eyes, it's going to be the most magical moment ever. And it say, always have a next meeting. This is the last one. Always have a next meeting. Always have a concrete date set on the calendar or on your phone to see each other in person. Having a light at the end of the tunnel makes the time apart much easier to manage. You feel me? So it's like, basically, if I had a shitload of money, try to come and see you every month or every other month, you know what I'm saying? But like, this is for the person with money. But if you already live in a state of knowing that there is the light at the end of the tunnel and you are the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm the light at the end of yours, like, as long as we know that and we got that established, everything will be all good. Yep. But yeah, I was looking it up. You're going way off topic here. Because I was in the middle of trying to look up something, like the motherfucker spiritual for the motherfucker long distance communication shit, and I came across some other shit. And I felt I had to read it. I apologize, Fanta, but shit, I had to get it out there. I think that's the end of the video, though. Yeah, that's the end of the video. I got another video that I want to do about the timeline and movies. I'm gonna do that next. That's on 2 videos. That should be one is 23 minutes, 45 seconds, one is 19 minutes. So altogether that should be altogether it'd be like 45 minutes. No apologies needed. Okay, cool. You know what? As a matter of fact, you want me to start that video now? I should just start it now. Because like, this around the time that shit be cutting off, I'm like, fuck it, let's get it while the getting's good before they really fuck with me, because they fuck with me between hours of 11 and 4. It's 11:17. It's 4:17 over there, almost 4:20, about to roll up this blunt. I know you better get your 4:20, yo. So let's get to this next one. Now, this is called Timelines in Movies. I mean, not timeline in movies, but like, shit. Fuck it. Oh, it's like occult times in movies. There we go. Timestamp theory. That's what it's called. It's called timestamp theory. Let's keep it going. Let's just keep it rolling. And plus, after this, I know you might probably make you some lunch and watch the Fuck the Government podcast and chill back and relax. But like, this is another 40 minutes. So I guess we're going to damn near 2 hours on this video. But it feels good to be with my goddess Vanta. I ain't mean to go off topic. Like, I really didn't mean it. It's just my mind is racing on a whole bunch of things. I'm trying to get a whole bunch of shit done, try to say all I can, before I, like, get ready to go to work later. But all I do is for you. That was the song I got to do for Brian McKnight. There we go. Because the other song is going to be dark for the parody. But that one, I'm doing that one.
Talk about something real, something verifiable. Because the timestamp theory does not appear in a vacuum. It grows out of a documented psychological mechanism. Psychologists call it affective priming or emotional conditioning. And it is one of the most studied phenomena in 20th century behavioral research.
Thank you so much.
It works like this. When a film associates an image, a sound, a number, or a symbol with an uncomfortable emotion.
Shoot, Vanta, look on the bright side. At least nobody else was in the room with us. At least nobody else was in her deck 3 with us when I was going over the on the relationship shit. It was just me and you. I think it was meant to be. I think it was meant to be. you know. And nobody like me on YouTube. Ain't nobody like this, but this is too real. This is raw, real, and uncut. Pause.
The symbol becomes contaminated. The viewer's nervous system files the symbol under threat, even if the conscious mind never makes the connection. Later in the film, when the symbol returns, the viewer feels a flicker of dread before they understand why. This is not a cult. This is operant conditioning. The same mechanism behaviorists used on laboratory animals through the 20th century. Pair a neutral stimulus with a negative experience often enough, and the neutral stimulus becomes a trigger. It works on dogs, it works on rats, it works on humans, with one important caveat. Humans rationalize the response. They do not realize the conditioning has occurred. They invent reasons for their own emotional reactions, reasons that have nothing to do with the actual cause.
Right.
Cinema uses this constantly. Think of the masks in Eyes Wide Shut. The first time we see one, it is in a costume shop, almost playful. By the time we see the same kind of mask in the mansion ritual scene, the entire emotional weight has shifted. The mask now means trespass, danger, the threshold beyond which the protagonist should not have stepped.
Yeah. And that was the psychological mind thing. When you start off seeing the mask, you're like, oh, this is an elegant looking mask. But when you finally get to the motherfucking spot where all the evil people at with the same mask on that you thought was cool, now the mask is not cool. Now your heart is motherfucking pounded with dread because the mask now symbolized evil. It's crazy and psychological. But let's get through it. Woo-wee. This is timestamp theory.
The object itself has not changed. Our relationship to it has been rewritten by association. Coraline does the same thing with buttons. In the beginning, buttons are quaint. By the end, they are existential horror.
Yes. The fucking movie Coraline, the buttons was cool in the beginning, but by the time you get to the end of the movie, you scared of buttons. Buttons on people's eyes, and you're trying to kill a motherfucker, or you sewing the button. Oh my God. Coraline.
Many viewers have described leaving Coraline with a strange discomfort around buttons because the film takes an ordinary childhood object and contaminates it with threat. Children who saw Coraline at a young age have reported a residual unease around buttons that lasted years. The film engineered that response on purpose. A Clockwork Orange does it with eyes, but it goes further. It contaminates Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. By the end of the film, the music
I used to love Beethoven's Ninth Symphony. Watching Clockwork Orange, I don't even like the fucking song no more. I gotta turn the Clockwork Orange visual shit out my mind in order to enjoy the motherfucking Beethoven Symphony shit. They fucked us with this. Itself
has been weaponized, and the viewer carries some of that contamination out of the theater. People who watched the film when it first came out have described listening to the
subliminal
shit for the rest of their lives. Hitchcock built entire films around this technique. The shower in Psycho was an ordinary benign object.
Yes, the shower in Psycho. Each and every one of us has this moment when we get in the shower and close that shower curtain. A piece of us thinks about the movie Psycho with the guy with the knife, and we hear that sound. You feel me? Because it's a vulnerable place. It's vulnerable. The floor is wet. You can motherfucking fight, slip and fall, bust your fucking head while you're getting stabbed. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it is something about, it's someone watching me. That's the feeling. You could be in a house alone. You could be in a house alone in the shower with the shower curtain. And what's crazy is I don't know fuck a shower curtain while you're home alone. You should keep it open so you can have easy access out. But we do it, and unintentionally, it just like a certain feeling. It happens to me all the time. And I still fucking close the goddamn shower curtain. But it's fucking crazy.
For 1960. After 1960, an entire generation of viewers reported a low-level anxiety while showering, an anxiety their parents had never felt. The cinema had reached into their nervous systems and rewired a perfectly safe daily activity into something charged. That is what the medium is capable of doing. So the psychology is real. Symbols get loaded. The viewer's emotional response to them is partially under the filmmaker's control, even when the viewer has no idea it is happening. Every powerful film does some version of this. It is one of the basic tools of the medium.
Yup.
Now here is the conspiratorial leap. If filmmakers can load images this way, what is to stop them from loading numbers, loading times, loading positions on the timeline? That is the question the timestamp theory is asking. In traditional film analysis, we look for symbols inside the frame. A red dress, a circle wall, on a door. We assume the symbol is something the eye can see if it is trained to look. The timestamp theory proposes something different. The symbol is not inside the frame. The symbol is the position of the frame on the time. A filmmaker decides that a particular scene must occur at exactly the 22nd minute, not the 21st, not the 23rd. The scene itself contains no visible numerology. The viewer will not see a 22 on screen, but the entire scene is sitting on top of the number because the runtime has placed it there.
Yep.
The timestamp becomes the symbol. That single phrase is the whole thesis of the theory. The timestamp becomes the symbol. Hold on to it because we are going to test it against actual films.
Yep.
If this practice exists, it would be the perfect form of subliminal encoding.
Like you said about the subliminal shit.
You cannot even prove
it's subliminal encoding. It is crazy. And yes, I'm talking about writing some movies and writing some scripts. I gotta do the same thing. Even when it comes to the music, like when I'm doing with the music, you know, because I know the 3 forms of mind control that they using on us is repetition, trauma, and symbolism. I'm using that same shit against them. This is why you always hear fuck the government, fuck the government, fuck the government, fuck the government. You know what I'm saying? There's a method to my madness. I can make a song without saying fuck the government. Y'all hear it all the time when I do the songs for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? But like when it comes to fighting back and combating mind control and that subliminal shit, that's what I'm using my music for. Repetition, trauma, symbolism, and reverse back on them. Fuck the government. You traumatized us, so we're gonna traumatize you when we destroy y'all. And the symbolism will be the symbol of freedom. That's the symbolism. A fist up in the sky, people with torches and pitchforks, a hurricane symbol, you know what I'm saying? Or the symbol that you create with your mind when you go out there and start your revolution with my music and the soundtrack as the background. Oh, yeah.
Without a stopwatch. The data is sitting in the runtime of every film ever made, and almost no critic has ever bothered to map it. It survives every translation. The Spanish version of the film hits the same timestamp as the English version because the runtime is locked. It survives every dub. It survives every reformatted broadcast cut, as long as the cuts respect the master. It survives censorship, age rating revisions, regional restrictions. The image on screen can be altered. The number on the clock cannot. The technology to do it has existed since the medium was invented. Editors spend months adjusting cuts down to the frame. The position of an event in a film is never accidental. So if a director with esoteric interests wanted to place a scene at a specific minute, they could. The only question is
he had esocentric interest. If I had gematria interests or fucking numerology interests, I'll be trying to implement in the shit. But me, I'm a revolutionary, so I'm gonna implement, you know, like warrior type of quotes on certain people that warriors and shit at a certain time slot. Like, you know, like my favorite number is 17. Like, fuck it. On the 17th second, the motherfucker say, "Viva la revolution." And my second favorite number is I don't know. I don't think I got a second number. I think I just have one favorite number, and that's my second favorite number is 717. So at the 7-minute, 17-second mark, something else might happen, you know.
Whether anyone has actually done it on purpose. Let us look at the strongest cases first, the ones where the alignment is clean enough to demand explanation.
Here we go.
We're going to start with the timestamps that line up cleanly, not approximately, not somewhere in the territory, the ones where the moment lands almost exactly where the theory predicts. Coraline. The first appearance of the small door behind the wallpaper falls between minutes 12 and 13 of the film. Coraline is exploring a new house, bored, drifting from room to room when the doll guides her to a corner of the living room. She pulls back a box and discovers the outline of a small door that has been wallpapered over. The threshold to the second world has just announced itself. Not opened yet, just revealed. The first crack in the surface of reality. The number is 13, and the door has appeared. This is one of the cleanest hits in the theory. The film is literally about a portal between worlds, and the portal is introduced to the audience on the number that occult tradition associates with rupture. You can argue.
So, you know, like now with the timestamp theory, I think they picked the numbers 13, 22, and 33. I don't know how many other numbers they picked. I think they picked 66 too. 66, 666, 133, 23, 66. There's some more other numbers, you know, that they put at these certain spots. 313, baby. Oh yeah, I did throw that in. Yep. At 3 minutes and 13 seconds, Hurricane pop up like, what's good? Yup. Thank you, baby. I like that. I like that. Shouts out to the goddess Vanta.
It is coincidence. You cannot argue it is loose. The placement is too precise. Equilibrium, the film about a society where emotions have been outlawed and citizens are kept compliant through a chemical called prosium. The protagonist, an enforcer of the system.
Yeah, that was the movie Equilibrium, where the whole society has their emotions suppressed. It's a good movie. Check it out. Equilibrium. Christian Bale, aka Batman, and Tay Diggs, and I forgot the bad guy name, but it was about a society that was suppressed emotions, and Christian Bale's character, he had to take his medication, that prosium. When his shit failed, like it all just like it went, I think it went down the drain or some shit. Like it failed, it got broken open, and he couldn't take his meds. So that whole day, his emotions was coming back. And once his emotions came back, then he started a fucking revolution. Let's just say that. Started a revolution. Now people can feel again. Now people can feel emotions again. It was like, I think what took him away was like he hesitated on killing something or grabbing somebody, and he saw a dog and he fell for that dog. You know, who wouldn't fall for a cute little dog? It was a great movie. It's on YouTube. Yep. Yup, it's a great movie. People say it's cheesy as hell. Some people didn't like it. I loved it. I loved it because it talked about where the fuck we're gonna be leading to if we let these evil motherfuckers hit us with that motherfucking big pharma prosium shit to suppress our emotions and just be a fucking cog in a machine. And if you feel any emotion, your ass get locked up. That shit is crazy. That society alone is fucking crazy. You can't have no emotion. But at the end of the day, Star Wars is the same way. That's how the Jedi Order is. It just dressed up in a different light, and they acting like they're and they acting all, like they're good. Equilibrium guys. And I still mad that y'all didn't make Anakin Skywalker remaster. Because y'all was afraid of him. But at the same time, that motherfucker put in way more work than all you Jedi motherfuckers. Single-handedly. Yeah, Vulcans too. Live long and prosper. Thank you, Vanta. Vulcans too. Dressed up in a nice light of peace and shit. But we all know the motherfuckers ain't really that peaceful because they got an offset of motherfucking cousins called the Romulans that just became non-stop warriors. Tal Shiar, motherfucker. Illogical, Captain. Live long and prosper. Affirmative. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. Thank you, Vanta. Oh my God, baby. I love you. Baby, we can have a Star Trek reference any day. And plus, who would have thought talking about this would lead to a Star Trek? But yeah, suppressed emotions is good, but it depends on the motherfucking rulers of the society that's implementing the shit. Now, if this shit kept your people alive, and I have to do some other shit, I don't really truly know. I need to deep dive into the cultures and start connecting movies. And I'm glad we did this, Vonta, because what we just did was created a video for movies that suppressed emotions. And we're going to compare move. Oh my God, I got to put some shit together. Thank you, Vonta. Thank you. Suppressed emotions in movies and TV shows. There we go.
John Preston accidentally drops his morning dose of the suppressant.
That's right, Vonta.
The vial shatters on the bathroom floor. From that moment, his feelings begin to return. He starts noticing things. He hesitates before executing his next assignment. That accidental break in the chemical conditioning sits in the territory of the 33rd minute. The moment a man begins to recover his soul in a film about chemical control of the soul lands on the number of initiation. The reading is clean. The Shining. Now here is where the strongest case for the timestamp theory becomes...
Yeah, the strongest case is The Shining for sure. And I talked about this briefly on my last time. I think JoJo popped up, and like right before the motherfucker even said The Shining, JoJo was like, yo, nigga, The Shining got that timestamp shit in it too. Yes, great topic. Yup. Suppressions of emotions in movies and TV shows.
Almost impossible to dismiss. Stanley Kubrick was a director famous for numerical obsession. The Shining is the film fans have spent 40 years decoding scene by scene, frame by frame. And one researcher noticed something specific. The shot of Jack Torrance gulping down his drink in front of the spectral bartender Lloyd occurs at 66 minutes and 6 seconds. 66 minutes and 6 seconds. The number of the beast embedded in the runtime at the moment a man sells his soul to the demonic energies of the hotel. That is not loose. That is to the second. And it gets worse. The shot of Jack entering room 237, the moment he steps into the room where the central horror of the film occurs, sits precisely at the halfway point of the runtime, mathematical center of the film, the forbidden room. The same researcher noticed that Kubrick had structured the entire film
Apollo
around
to The
quarter
Shining
marks.
too, yeah.
Major inversions from Stephen King's novel occur every 35 minutes at the exact quarter divisions of the 2-hour, 21-minute runtime. The whole film is built on a numerical grid. This is the case the theory can defend. A famously meticulous director working in a medium where every cut takes weeks of decision, placing the most charged moment of his film at the timestamp 6606.
Yep.
The chance of that being accidental is so low that the burden of proof flips. The question is no longer, did Kubrick do this on purpose? The question is, what else was he doing on purpose that we have not noticed yet?
Yeah. And I want to add Hot Tub Time Machine to that list. There's a scene in Hot Tub Time Machine when it gets to the end where they finally about to go back. I had to go to the bathroom and I paused the video. And I wasn't really paying attention. I paused it real quick and I got up and ran. When I came back to my room, my TV was stuck on a scene where like when they pulled the fucking energy drink on the time machine to get it to work, when I paused it, it paused on a scene where it showed the monitor saying 666 when it was about to go back to their time. Now it's supposed to be 4 numbers, right? But I paused it, that shit said 666. I was like, holy shit. And I went down a motherfucking rabbit hole of my own. I might go back to it. I don't know if I did it on this channel, but it took me down a rabbit hole saying that those motherfuckers died in that hot tub. Chevy Chase is the devil. And I mean, like they probably went to like purgatory or something, but I think they died. Chevy Chase is the devil, and the one that had to motherfucking stay, I mean, like the one that wanted to stay with the devil in hell, let the other 3 live their lives, go back to Earth. But I think it's all a dream. That was one theory. But the other one is they died in that hot tub and they really think they live in their life, but they just really truly dead. And Chevy Chase is not the devil, he's the Grim Reaper. So I was like, which theory I want to roll with? Yep, that's another way I'm looking forward to watching Disclosure Day. The new trailer has Spielberg talking about how cool it would be if it was. What? Oh, hell no. Spielberg out of all people, huh? Thanks, Bata. You gotta watch Disclosure Day.
These three examples are pillars. Coraline at 13, Equilibrium at 33, The Shining at 6606. They are not around. They are not close to. They are precise enough that the theory has something real to defend.
Hotel time machine, yo.
Now we have to be honest. Most of the famous examples cited by timestamp researchers are not as clean as the three pillars. They are close. They belong to the same zone of the film's internal clock. But they do not hit the exact minute, and pretending they do is how this kind of theory destroys its own credibility.
Yep.
So let us walk through the suggestive cases with honest language.
Okay, suggestive cases with honest language. He about to go over some shit that's some key pivotal points in the movie, but it don't land on the timestamp of the timestamp theory. And then he's going to talk about the failures. You know what I'm saying? What I love about the timestamp theory, because I just came across this shit, but I think I kind of feel like I already knew about this shit, but I don't know where I was watching it from. I think when I was studying gematria and numerology, but like I wasn't connecting it to the movies like the timestamp theory is. I was just studying it and looking at it in movies and seeing numbers all over the place in movies and shit. That's what I was connecting. But like I wasn't connecting a timestamp on a certain scene or a certain minute of an hour of the movie. I was looking at
Live. John Carpenter's 1988 film is the example most often cited as the gold standard of the 33 theory. The protagonist Nader finds the box of sunglasses, puts them on, and sees the hidden messages embedded in advertising. Obey. Consume.
Yep.
Marry and reproduce.
And Close Encounters.
A film whose entire premise is the revelation of a hidden reality. Here is the honest version. The first time Nader puts on the glasses is not at minute 33. Carpenter waits a full 30 minutes before showing the first alien. The revelation occurs in the territory between minutes 28 and 32, depending on what you count as the precise beat. Close to 33, not on it. Is this still suggestive? Yes. The fact that a film about seeing through ideological deception places its central revelation in the broader 33 zone is interesting, but it is not a clean hit. The theorist who sells "They Live" as a perfect 33 example is exaggerating. The theorist who says the scene belongs to the same numerical neighborhood is being honest. The Matrix. The red pill.
Right. If it say it lands on 33 on that scene, you're lying. If it's in the territory, you're being honest. But it's still an iconic scene. It may not be no timestamp moments in the movie They Live, but there's a lot of good visual imagery that you can catch. It may not be about numbers, it's about visual perception. That's the whole thing about They Live. It ain't about the numbers, it's about visual perception being deceived because you think this motherfucker's a human, but he's really a fucking alien. I think this is about visual perception, deception, not the numbers.
Blue pill scene.
Yep.
Morpheus sits across from Neo in the high-backed chair, the rain falling outside the window, and offers him the choice that will define the rest of the film and the rest of his existence. In the theatrical cut, that scene lands close to the 28th minute. Not exactly 22, but the conversation that leads up to it, where Morpheus first begins to explain the structure of the world to Neo, sits closer to the 22 zone. The protagonist's first real understanding that his life has been on a path set by others belongs to the broader 22 territory. There is something more specific in the Matrix that is harder to dismiss. The famous scene where Neo's body is being uploaded with combat knowledge, the moment he opens his eyes and says, "I know Kung Fu," lands in the broader 33 zone of the film. The training is complete. The candidate has been remade. The initiation is, in a literal sense, finished. He is no longer the man who walked into the building. The placement is suggestive enough to notice, even if it is not surgical. Minority Report. The pre-crime apparatus has been operating in the background of the film. Around the 23rd to 25th minute, the protagonist sees his own face on the wooden ball. The system that has predicted thousands of crimes has now predicted his. From that moment on, he is no longer the operator. He is the target, close to 22. In the zone, not on the number. The Truman Show. The studio light falls from the sky in the opening minutes. The radio in Truman's car starts picking up the production crew's communications. Around the 20th minute, the cracks in the simulation become impossible for Truman to ignore. He starts noticing that the same events repeat. The same faces appear in the same places at the same times. Again, close to 22, in the same neighborhood. The path has revealed itself. Donnie Darko. Frank, the disturbing rabbit
Donnie
figure,
Darko was
first
crazy.
appears around the 11th minute of the film, depending on which cut you watch. The director's cut delays the appearance slightly, close to 13. Not exactly 13. But the moment Donnie receives his first prophecy from Frank, the moment a troubled teenager becomes a vessel for instructions from outside time, lands in the territory the theory marks, the Adjustment Bureau. The protagonist walks into a room and discovers the men in suits adjusting the inside of someone's mind, rearranging memories like they are pieces of furniture. From that moment on, his entire life rearranges itself around what he now knows. That discovery happens in the broader 22nd to 25th minute of the runtime.
22.
The path is revealed. Dark
How did
City.
you know, baby?
The protagonist
How did
wakes
you
up in the
know
bathtub with
22?
no memory of who he is. As the first act progresses, the structure of his reality begins to bend around him. Around the 20-minute mark, the strangers begin their work. The city itself starts to morph. He realizes he is not just a confused amnesiac. He is inside something. Eyes wide shut. The protagonist enters the ritual mansion. Masked figures, robed officiants, a ceremony he was never meant to witness. The exact placement of this sequence varies depending on what you count as the central revelation, but the threshold scenes, the password at the gate, the first view of the inner chamber, fall in the territory the theory marks. The film is, at its core, about a man being initiated into knowledge he cannot survive. The minute of initiation is loaded accordingly.
Shout out to Eyes Wide Shut for that video.
Things tend to cluster in the right neighborhoods. Reality cracks early. The path reveals itself in the early 20s. The major awakening happens in the early 30s. But the alignment is rarely exact. It is suggestive enough to notice and not clean enough to prove. That distinction matters. A theory that admits its messiness is more credible than a theory that pretends every scene hits the exact second. Before we move on to the failed cases, we need to spend more time on Kubrick because the pattern in his films is so dense that it forces a separate conversation. The Shining is the most analyzed film in cinema history when it comes to hidden meaning. There is a documentary called Room 237 that does nothing but explore the theories fans have generated about it. Some of those theories are absurd. Some of them are convincing. But the one thing every serious analyst agrees on is that Kubrick was burying information in the film. The only question is what kind and how much. The numerical evidence is overwhelming. The room number 237 was Kubrick's invention. In Stephen King's novel, The Haunted Room is 217. Kubrick changed it. Why? One theory is that 2 times 3 times 7 equals 42, and the number 42 appears throughout the film. 42 cars in the parking lot, a 42 on one of Danny's shirts, the license plate of Halloran's rental car. 2. Playing on the television. Some researchers connect this to 1942, the year the Holocaust's final solution was put into formal operation, and read the entire film as a coded meditation on industrialized mass murder. Other researchers read the same numbers differently. The 237 has been read as a reference to the distance from the Earth to the Moon, 237,000 miles, supporting the theory that the film is Kubrick's coded confession about having helped fake the Apollo 11 footage. The same numbers, completely different interpretations. This is the trap of numerology in general. The numbers are loaded enough that almost any meaning can be projected onto them. But here is what is harder to dismiss. The shot of Jack drinking with Lloyd at 6606. The shot of Jack entering room 237 at the exact mathematical center of the film. The major inversions from the novel occurring every 35 minutes at clean quarter divisions of the total runtime. These are not interpretations. These are timestamps, and they are too precise to be accidents. Kubrick was demonstrably doing something with the runtime. The question is whether he was doing it in his other films too, and whether the something he was doing maps onto the broader timestamp theory. 2001, A Space Odyssey has the famous bone-to-spaceship cut, the single most celebrated edit in cinema history, occurring at a very specific timestamp that researchers have argued sits on a numerologically loaded position. Eyes Wide Shut, his final film, was edited by Kubrick personally up until weeks before he died, and the ritual sequence that everyone analyzes has been placed with the kind of precision that the rest of the timestamp theory only dreams of demonstrating. So at minimum, we have one director, the most famous director of his generation, demonstrably encoding numerical signatures into his runtimes. If Kubrick was doing it, the question becomes, who else? Who did he influence?
Right.
Which of his collaborators learned the technique? The Wachowskis cite him as a major influence. Christopher Nolan cites him as a major influence. Lynch worked in the same era and shared many of the same obsessions. The cultural lineage is there. The technique, if it is a technique, would have traveled. This is the version of the conspiracy that has the most evidence behind it. Not that every Hollywood film is numerologically encoded, not that there is a global cabal of Masonic editors stamping signatures into every release. Just that certain directors in...
But the CIA is... I covered that. They in all forms of movies and television, making sure that what stays out, and what stays in, and they'll tell you to remove your whole movie if they want to. Or take this, edit out, take that, cut out, take that out. Fucking secret cabal, nigga. It's the CIA.
Certain films with certain obsessions have built timeline structures that are mathematically loaded, and that this practice has continued in the work of directors who learned from them. That version is defensible. The maximalist version, where every film is a coded ritual, is not.
I'm glad everything playing good.
Beyond the simple 13, 22, and 33,
I might as well go with the
theory
flow.
points to certain combinations that show up with strange frequency. The compound signatures. 1133. 11 is itself a master number in numerological tradition, representing intuition and the channel between dimensions. Stacking 11 with 33 gives you a kind of compound signature, the intuitive channel arriving at the moment of initiation. Researchers have found this combination at climactic moments in films across multiple genres, particularly in films dealing with prophecy, vision, or the breaking of consensus reality. 2233 combines the path with the completion, the journey arriving at the chamber. The protagonist, who has been walking the track, finally reaching the door at the end of it. 1 hour, 33 minutes, 33 seconds. This is the deepest compound the theory talks about. The completion squared, the signature placed at a position so loaded that it could not be accidental if it appeared on purpose. The hour mark, then 33 minutes into the second half, then 33 seconds beyond that. 3 layers of the same number stacked on top of each other.
Yep.
If a filmmaker wanted to leave a fingerprint that nobody could miss, but everybody would dismiss as coincidence, this is the timestamp they would choose. The case for these specific timestamps is frankly mixed. Some line up beautifully in specific films. Others have been creatively interpreted by researchers who were already looking for the pattern. The difference between a genuine hit and a confirmation bias hit is sometimes impossible to draw. But the question is worth sitting with. If you were a filmmaker who wanted to encode esoteric markers into your work in a way that no critic would catch and no audience would suspect, the compound timestamp would be the perfect tool. It costs nothing. It leaves no visible trace. It requires nothing from the actors, the production design, the cinematography. It exists purely in the editing decision about when to cut. You could be smuggling a tradition through generations of cinema in a layer of the medium that critics have not been trained to examine. Whether anyone is actually doing this systematically is a separate question, but the architecture for doing it is in place. It has always been in place, and once you start watching films with a stopwatch in hand, you cannot quite stop noticing the coincidences. And this is where the theory becomes dangerous, because once you want the pattern to be real, almost anything can be pulled into it. So let us look at where it fails. This is the part most defenders of the timestamp theory leave out. And leaving it out is what makes them sound like cranks. The Wizard of Oz, one of the most famous transitions in cinema history. The black and white Kansas opening cuts to the Technicolor Oz. Dorothy opens the door and steps into the second world. This should be a perfect example of the 13 pattern. Reality breaks, the portal opens, the protagonist crosses the threshold, the door opens at minute 17. 17 is not 13. It is not in the 13 neighborhood. It is 4 minutes off, which in cinema is an eternity. If 13 were a real occult anchor for portal scenes, The Wizard of Oz, the most archetypal portal film ever made, would hit it. It does not. The theorist will tell you the placement has been displaced for technical reasons. The skeptic will tell you the theory is making excuses. The skeptic is right to be suspicious here. Alice in Wonderland. The 2010 Tim Burton version places the fall down the rabbit hole closer to the 13th minute than older adaptations do, but the 1951 Disney version puts it much earlier,
Follow that
around
yellow
minute
brick
5.
road, baby.
The 1985 version splits the difference. There is no consistent timing across adaptations of the same story. If the 13 were a universal occult anchor, you would expect every version of the same source material to converge on it. They do not. This is significant. The story is the same. The portal moment is the same. The runtime is what varies, and with it, the timestamp.
Down the rabbit hole we
Which means
go.
the timestamp is not a property of the story. It is a property of the cut. And if the cut is what carries the numerology, then the cut is what the theory needs to explain. Different cuts of the same source material would, on the theory, encode different things. That is either evidence the practice is real and individual editors are choosing different signatures, or evidence the whole framework is reading meaning into noise. Pan's Labyrinth. The first appearance of the labyrinth, the moment the magical reality first asserts itself, occurs around minute 15. Close to 13, but on the wrong side.
The rabbit hole, the yellow brick road, the same thing as the red pill.
Mythology, and the kind of symbolism that timestamp researchers love.
That's right, Vonta.
Yet the placement is not where the theory predicts. The sixth sense. The famous revelation that Malcolm Crowe has been dead for the entire film occurs in the final act, nowhere near any of the canonical numbers. The film is a study in hidden truth and delayed revelation. If the theory were universal, the placement of the reveal should hit one of the loaded timestamps. It does not. Fight Club. The Tyler Durden revelation, the moment the narrator realizes he and Tyler are the same person, lands in the final third of the film on a timestamp that does not correspond to any of the canonical numbers. The film is explicitly about the splitting of identity and the manipulation of the unconscious. By all the criteria the theory uses to select its evidence, this should be a hit. It is not. Inception. Despite being a Nolan film made by a self-confessed Kubrick devotee, the major revelations in Inception do not cluster on the theory's numbers.
Much love, Jewel.
The spinning top. The reveal about Mal.
Shouts
None
out
of them
to
sit
Jewel
where
from
the theory
Gotham
says
City.
they should. There are also films packed with occult symbolism where none of the major numbers fit at all. Films where the entire thesis of the theory simply does not show up in the runtime. This is the honest reckoning. The pattern exists in some films. It almost exists in others. And in many cases, it does not exist at all. The strongest case the theory can make is that certain directors in certain films appear to be doing something with the timeline that is not random. Kubrick demonstrably did it. Selick on Coraline appears to have done it. The equilibrium placement is too clean to dismiss easily. After that, the evidence gets murky. It cannot make the case that every film is encoded. Anyone who tries to sell you that version is selling you wishful thinking.
Now it's time to get on to what the brain.
Recognition engine that evolved under conditions where seeing a pattern that was not there cost less than missing a pattern that... The human brain is a pattern recognition engine that evolved under conditions where seeing a pattern that was not there cost less than missing a pattern that was. If you mistook a shadow for a predator, you wasted a second of energy. If you mistook a predator for a shadow, you died. So we are wired to overproduce patterns. We see faces in clouds. We see omens in coincidences. We see meaning in random noise. Every culture in human history has developed elaborate systems for finding patterns in inputs that by any rigorous standard do not contain them. Astrology, tea leaves, the flight of birds, the shapes of organs, the cracks in heated bone. The human mind cannot stop looking for signal, and when there is no signal to find, it will manufacture one. The timestamp theory could be entirely a function of this wiring. If you decide in advance that 33 means initiation, you will find initiation in any scene that happens to fall near the 33rd minute. Films contain dozens of significant moments. The chance that at least one of them lands near any given minute is high. Combine that with selective memory, where the researcher remembers the hits and forgets the misses, and you have a perfect engine for manufacturing false correlations. The technical name for this is apophenia, the brain's tendency to perceive meaningful connections between unrelated phenomena. It is the same mechanism that makes people see prophetic...
Oh, yes, baby. You know I'll be going deep, deep, deep. For real, for real. You know, we talked about the timestamp theory of movies. Now we're about to talk about what our brain does in these situations on why we, you know, like see this shit. You know, I love it. Yep, size. And where?
Patterns in
That's right.
random shuffles of tarot cards, or hear personal messages in random radio static, or notice that bad things happen on Friday the 13th more often than they happen on other Fridays. The numbers are not actually doing anything. The observer is reading meaning into ordinary statistical noise. This is a serious objection. It cannot be waved away. Anyone who takes the timestamp theory seriously also has to take this objection seriously. There is a version of the critique that goes further. It says that the entire genre of esoteric film analysis is a kind of secular religion, a way of finding meaning in mass culture by treating the products of corporate filmmaking as if they were sacred texts. The theorist who sees 13 as a portal number is performing a religious act, projecting cosmic significance onto a medium that is mostly the product of meetings, budgets, and producer notes. The fact that some scenes happen to land on resonant numbers is the same kind of coincidence that makes some Bible verses seem to predict modern events when you read them with enough effort. That is a real possibility. It would explain a lot. But here is the part that keeps the theory alive even after the objection lands. Even if the timestamp pattern is partially or entirely a product of the observer's mind, the underlying mechanism it points to is real. Cinema is a temporal medium. Films work by moving the viewer through a sequence of emotions anchored to specific positions on a timeline. The pacing of those emotions is engineered. The position of every cut is engineered. The placement of every revelation is engineered. The director and editor know to the second when the audience will be most vulnerable, when they will be most receptive, when they will be most ready to receive a particular kind of input. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is craft. It is what filmmakers do, and it is what they have been studying for over a century. Every editing manual ever written has chapters on rhythm, pacing, the placement of beats, the timing of cuts. The medium is built.
That's why I love those old classic movies. You know them classic movies, y'all. Yeah, Vata. I know you know too. You know, on certain scenes where that motherfucking piano come in, or when the thunder first strike and it just play that beautiful sound and they get all elegant and classical. Oh man, I love them old classic movies. Or the old Twilight Zone episodes, you know what I'm saying? Where, when something happened that was impactful, you heard the sounds and you can hear the music building up. You can hear the build up like to the motherfucking shit. You don't even do it in cartoons, but I love it in movies better. Like especially in the classic movies.
Around the manipulation of audience emotion in time.
Your energy.
The conspiracy theory adds one extra claim on top of the craft. The claim that the engineering follows.
Every time a marathon come on, I watch it.
The most powerful positions on the timeline are not chosen by gut feeling, but by symbolic correspondence with traditions predating cinema. The terrifying part is not that every timestamp proves a conspiracy. The terrifying part is that cinema is already built to manipulate time, emotion, memory, and expectation. Numerology only gives that manipulation a ritual language. Even if no filmmaker has ever consciously placed a scene at the 33rd minute because of Freemasonry, the structure of cinema as an emotional engineering apparatus is already so close to ritual that the difference becomes almost academic. The medium is doing the work, whether the director is conscious of the symbolic dimension or not.
Even in the music videos, like certain rappers and singers don't even know what the director of the video was doing. Because like they ask the questions about the symbolism in their videos. Motherfuckers like, shit, man, I don't know nothing about that. Shit, man, I'm just there to rap. If they got some girls in the scene, I'm rapping with the girls. They twerking that ass. I'm not thinking about what's in my background. I'm trying to get this shit done because y'all charged me $75,000 to do this fucking video. I'm trying to be in and out. But not paying attention to the director of the video that be putting in the symbolism and shit. You know what I'm saying? I think like one of the Bone Thugs and Harmony members was saying it, about the album covers and about, about the subliminal shit in the background. They ain't even know what was going on behind the scenes until like later on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, like you may not know, but like they'll throw it in there. They'll throw it in there on your ass. I got that piano thing in my head now.
still, facing forward, eyes locked on a luminous rectangle, sound surrounding the body at carefully designed frequencies, images flickering at 24 frames per second, just fast enough that the conscious mind perceives motion rather than discrete pictures. Music layered underneath to direct emotional state without awareness. No opportunity to question, pause, or reflect. The information arrives at the speed the filmmaker chose, in the order the filmmaker chose, with the emotional charge the filmmaker chose, all calculated to overwhelm the audience's critical defenses for a controlled period of time. This is structurally identical.
We was just talking about Psycho earlier, and we was talking about how they psychologically condition people to have a little bit of fear when you in the shower by yourself. They said they did a study in the 60s. They said it was a lot of anxiety that raised after seeing that motherfucking Psycho movie about people being in the shower. It's crazy psychological subliminal conditioning.
To ritual. Every religious tradition on earth has used variations of the same recipe.
Yeah, me
Darkness,
too.
Fixed gaze, repetition, music. The surrender of personal will to a guiding voice or image.
Exorcism
The
is good
voluntary
too.
entry into an altered state for a defined period of time.
Good movies.
Followed by a return to ordinary consciousness with something rearranged inside. Catholic Mass uses it. Vedic ritual uses it. Sufi Tika uses it. Shamanic ceremonies use it. The Eleusinian mysteries used it. The technology of inducing controlled altered states has been refined by every culture that has ever existed.
Everyone.
And the common ingredients are remarkably consistent. Cinema is just the most recent and most technologically sophisticated implementation of the same toolkit. A 2-hour film is, by this measure, a 2-hour rite. The audience enters profane time and crosses into sacred time. The story performs an operation on them, they cross back, they walk out into the parking lot and resume their ordinary lives. But something has been touched in them that was not touched before. The timestamp theory is asking us to consider the possibility that this rite has hidden coordinates, that the operations performed on the audience are not just emotional, they are structured around specific positions on the timeline, and those positions carry symbolic weight that predates cinema by thousands of years. If that is true, every viewing of certain films is participation in a ceremony whose rules you do not know.
Woo!
You are the candidate. The screen is the officiating priest.
Damn.
The clock is the calendar that determines when each part of the ceremony occurs. The film is the rite, the runtime is the temple, and the timestamps are the position of each act in the liturgical sequence. You do not have to believe the strongest version of this claim to take the medium more seriously. Even the weak version, the version where filmmakers are simply masterful manipulators of emotional time, should change how you watch. Because the manipulation is real either way. The question is only whether the manipulation has a deeper grammar. Debit card that plays by your rules. Earn up to 5% cash back with unlimited cashback offers.
I think I gotta
no minimum balance and access.
I think I walked out the room on this cut. I gotta go fast. I gotta go forward. What the fuck?
Esoteric knowledge
There we go.
Traveled through encrypted
There we go.
channels. Alchemy hid
Yep, I
its
walked
teachings
out
in
the
symbolic
room.
illustrations. Mystery schools encoded their initiations in myth cycles. Cathedral architecture buried mathematical and theological information in the proportions of stone.
Consume and
The
obey.
idea
Right,
that
they
cinema
live.
added to that list that the most
Love that
powerful
movie.
medium of the 20th century would become a vehicle for the same kinds of hidden transmissions is consistent with how esoteric traditions have always operated. It would mean that the audience for a film is not always the audience the marketing suggests. The general viewer watches the story. The trained viewer watches the structure.
Yep.
The initiated viewer watches the timestamps. 3 audiences, 1 film, 3 completely different experiences of the same object. The general viewer leaves entertained. The trained viewer leaves impressed. The initiated viewer leaves having received a signal. It would mean that some of the most influential filmmakers of the last century have been doing something more complex than telling stories. They have been building ceremonial objects that perform specific operations on specific kinds of viewers at specific positions in the runtime. Kubrick almost certainly was doing this. Lynch may have been doing this. The The question of who else and how systematically is one nobody outside the closed networks has been able to answer with confidence. And it would mean that the medium we treat as casual entertainment, that we put on in the background, that we watch with our phones in our hands, is operating on us in ways we have not been trained to recognize. The defenses we build against advertising do not apply to cinema. The skepticism we apply to news does not apply to story.
Yep, we was talking about that one earlier too, Drew. Yep. You got about the playback. We was talking about Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, we was on that guy for a minute. Pause.
The medium goes underneath all of those filters and works on the part of us that does not know it is being worked on.
Nicole Kidman.
That alone, with or without the conspiracy, is worth respecting.
Nicole Kidman look crazy.
If the timestamp theory is fully real, you are sitting inside a transmission you do not have the decoder for. If it is partially real, certain films are doing things to you that you cannot consciously detect. If it is entirely false, you are still sitting inside a medium that has been engineered, frame by frame, to move your emotions on a precise schedule. In all three cases, the same response makes sense. Watch films with a slightly raised level of awareness. Notice when you feel something shift. Notice when a scene seems to land harder than its content alone explains. Notice your own emotional state during the act of viewing, not just the story you are being told. If you want to test the theory yourself, you can. Pick a film. Coraline is the cleanest place to start. Open a stopwatch, hit play, watch for the small door at minute 13, see it land. Then try Equilibrium and watch for the drop vial at minute 33, then run The Shining and check the 6606 timestamp for the bartender scene. Those three are the strongest hits the theory has, and they are real enough that you should be able to verify them yourself with a half hour of work. After that, try the harder cases. The Matrix, They Live, Minority Report. Notice that the scenes are close but not exact. Notice your own urge to round them off to the meaningful number and resist it. The theory is more credible when it is allowed to be imprecise than when it is forced to be perfect. And then try a film that nobody includes on these lists. A film picked at random. See if the pattern shows up there too.
And if y'all want to pick a film at random, go to my playlist, Matrix versus Reality, where I connect movies with reality. I covered Matrix, Dark City, The Adjustment Bureau, Soylent Green, Long Kiss Goodnight, where they actually told the whole plan of 9/11 before 9/11 started. Mind you, I think A Long Kiss Goodnight came out in like 95, 96. The whole plot of the bad guys when he had Gina Davis sexy ass tied up with motherfucking Samuel L. Jackson, telling the whole bad guy plot like, yep, we're gonna blow up some people and blame the Muslims and motherfucking start a fundraiser and make some money. We gotta support the war effort. You know, the shit was crazy. Yo, I got so many movies that I covered. Y'all can pick one. Y'all can pick the movies. There's a movie called Extreme Measures with Gene Hackman. That's a good fucking movie. My Dinner with Andre. Shit. Man, we got shit. Dark City was that shit. Now, like the end of it was kind of cheesy, but like he had to fight. But mind you, people don't know this, so I gotta remind them. This is a fun fact. Dark City came out before The Matrix. And when The Matrix came out, they was using the set from Dark City. That's a fun fact for everybody. Dark City was first. I don't know why it didn't get the promotional push that it deserved, because that was a good fucking movie. Like when the people found out that they wasn't on their planet and shit was being manipulated around them, it's fucking crazy. It's diabolical. And plus the earth that they was on was flat and shit. I was like, whoa. Jacob's Ladder. Now, real talk, Jewel. I have to watch that because I vaguely seen bits and pieces growing up, but I never sat down to watch it fully. So I'm going to watch Jacob's Ladder fully and get a full understanding of it. And who knows, I might make a Matrix versus reality, because it's been a minute since I did a Matrix versus reality video, connect the movies with reality. So, it's been a minute.
If it does, the theory may be stronger than its
36.
defenders
Yeah.
even realize.
33, 66,
If it
99.
does not,
Yep.
the theory is showing you something about its limits. There is a third experiment that is even more revealing. Pick a film you already know well and watch it once with the sound off, watching only the timing of the cuts. You will start to feel the rhythm of the film as a physical structure, almost like music. You will see how the cuts.
Yep. So you said music tones. He just said music. They even do it with the music too. See, we own it, y'all. I love this community. I love this community.
How the camera moves, accelerate, and decelerate. How the entire piece is organized around an internal pulse. Whether or not that pulse carries occult content, the pulse itself is real, and most viewers have never noticed it. The clock is the silent participant in every film you have ever seen. Every editor knows it is there. Most viewers do not. The asymmetry is not random, it is the basic architecture of how the medium works. The question is whether some directors have known the clock more intimately than others. Whether some studios have understood, going back generations, that the timeline of a film is itself a symbolic structure that can be loaded the way a painting can be composed or a prayer can be timed.
Yeah, this I think I'm still I think I walked away.
Whether the medium we treat
Here
as
we
it
go. Should be back.
Figuring out which credit card to use.
Jesus.
Cards Optimizer from Intuit Credit Word, so you can watch it add up over time. Download the app to get started.
There we go. Now be back. It's the last 5 minutes. It should be back.
Whether the medium we treat as entertainment has all along contained another layer that addresses a smaller, more aware audience. The honest answer is that we do not know fully. We know that Kubrick was doing it. We know that the practice is technically possible. We know that several specific films contain timestamps too precise to dismiss. Beyond that, the evidence becomes interpretive, and interpretation is exactly where the brain's pattern-making tendencies do their most aggressive work. The dishonest answer in both directions would be to either dismiss the theory completely or to swallow it whole. Some hits.
Nigga said, swallow it whole. This motherfucker. Pause.
Too clean to be accident. Some hits are too sloppy to be encoding.
Sloppy.
The truth probably sits in the messy middle, which is the place most conspiracy theorists refuse to live. Sit with the question, watch the films, mark the timestamps, compare notes with people who are doing the same work. And remember that even if the deepest conspiracy turns out to be a mirage, what remains is still strange enough. You are watching a medium designed to control your emotional state with frame-level precision, in a room you entered voluntarily, on a schedule the filmmaker
I'm gonna check it out, write it down now.
That alone is worth more attention than most people pay to it. The hidden clock may or may not be real. The hidden architecture that makes the clock possible is real. It has been real since the first film projector turned on, and every minute you spend looking at a screen is a minute you spend inside a structure built by people who understand time better than you do. The cinema knows you. It has been studying audiences for over a century. It knows when you will laugh, when you will cry, when you will look away.
Yes, I fucking cried on Selena. I never thought I'd cry on that Selena movie. I fucking cried. Selena was not supposed to go out like that. I don't give a fuck. Nigga, I cried like a bitch. That was Jennifer Lopez's best role. She never made a good movie after that. All right, I give it to Enough. I like Enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you abusing a woman and shit. She go train to whoop your ass. I like Enough. Enough was cool. You don't whoop on a bitch and expect a bitch not to come back and whoop your ass. She came back and whooped that nigga ass. I was like, do your thing, J-Lo. And make that song with Ja Rule. Where's Ja? Find Ja Rule. What would I be without my baby?
Will lean in. It knows how long it can hold a shot before you become restless. It knows what to put on the screen the moment after you have been most emotionally opened up. It is, in a literal sense, the most sophisticated emotional manipulation technology our civilization has ever developed.
Yeah, nigga
The
made me
fact that
cry.
some of its practitioners may also have been students of esoteric tradition is, on reflection, not that surprising. People drawn to deep manipulation of human consciousness have always sought out the older traditions that have studied the same problem from different angles. The architect designs the cathedral. The composer designs the requiem. The filmmaker designs the timeline. The work flows naturally in that direction.
Yep.
What is surprising is how few viewers have noticed. The medium has been in operation for over 100 years. The timestamps have been there the whole time, and almost
Facts.
nobody
Her
has thought
best
to
movie,
check.
Selena. Yep. Thank
Most
you.
people look for symbols on screen.
Because she came back with
Eyes,
her shit.
masks, mirrors, numbers, rituals, but almost nobody looks at the clock. Now you know to look. The next film you watch it twice. First as a story,
Yep.
then as a structure.
Yep. I watch it. I always watch movies twice. I watch it once for my personal enjoyment, but sometimes my brain always catches the codes. I'm like, fuck, let me write that down. Let me pause the video. Shit. I'm not trying to look for this shit. I'm trying to enjoy the goddamn movie. But my fucking brain say, yo, nigga, write that down. Shit. I write it down. So like once I go to the second playthrough, it's like, okay, it's pretty cool. And then I catch some shit that I didn't see in the first playthrough. I'm like, okay, write that down, write that down, write that down. And then I watch it one more time before I go live to talk about it, because I got to do research on what the fuck I looked up, what the fuck I found, do some cross-referencing, and come back for a HHN or a Fuck the Government podcast or a Matrix versus Reality. I think I'm in the 30s or 40s now. I'm not really sure. I think I'm past 50. I don't know how many comparisons I got. I need to get back to it.
The moments that feel charged and write down the timestamps. Compare them to 13, 22, 33, and the compounds. See what you find. You may find nothing. You may find what every previous viewer has found, which is that films are entertainment and nothing more, and the patterns are in your head. Or you may find something else. You may find that the medium you have been consuming all your life has been talking to you in a language you never realized it was using. A language so quiet that it lives in the most unnoticed variable of the entire art form, the position of an event on a timeline, the fingerprint of a tradition that has been hiding in plain sight, in the one place no audience ever thought to look. The timestamp becomes the symbol. Once you have seen the pattern, you cannot unsee it. That is the price of looking. Dear friends, wherever you are, have a good day and watch carefully what is at the tip of your forks. If you made it this far, subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments. As always.
Yep, as always, there you go. We're going to play some songs and we're going to get up out of here. If y'all ain't catch the Fuck the Government podcast, I could probably catch that after this. But we're going to play some jams real quick, and then we're going to get up out of here. I go to work not too long from now, but it give y'all time to kick back, relax, make y'all some lunch and chill. I did 2 hours here, did an hour of the Fuck the Government podcast. And now it's time to probably make me some lunch and probably work on some music. DJ Graves just sent me something. I still gotta work on Live and Learn track. And and get ready for work. And I'll be back tonight for the Detroit After Dark. I'm talking about as soon as I get off of work, I'm coming straight on in. And we gonna get it in. You already know how it is. I should be getting off hopefully hopefully before 10:30 or 11. But once I get in, I'm starting the show. Yep, it's almost Friday. Almost Friday high day, y'all. We're gonna play some jams. We're gonna play some jams real quick. Get naughty. Bring it back. Let's go. Probably play like 3 or 4 tracks. Then we're gonna get up out of here. We passed the 2-hour mark. And I'm surprised YouTube ain't been fucking with me. So we're gonna enjoy what we can before they start fucking with me, You know what it is.
time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, and she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, and she about to get naughty, get naughty. Get naughty.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Get naughty. Baby girl, get naughty.
You know it.
Walking in the club, ladies show me love. See me on stage, tell that motherfucker love. Baby girl getting low, dropping to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass roll.
You know it.
Out of control, got me singing roll. Baby twerking on me, girl, you know how it go. When you drop, singing low, take it to the mo. Baby hop on it soon as the door close. I'm the one that she chose. Take off my clothes, pull out the camera phone. Wanna see you do a pose with the tube video. Time to make a flick. Going for thumbs when I'm giving her the dick. Baby girl, you the shit. Girl like a party bitch. Never bad chick. Say fire like an arsonist. Baby, this a hit. Got another party mix. Call me Santa Claus. Had to put you on the naughty list. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it. That she about to get naughty. Time to have a party. Time to have a party. Baby girl love it. That she about to get naughty. Get naughty. Naughty. Get naughty. 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 Get naughty. 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 Get naughty. 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 Giving her the business. Love it when I'm in it. In her ass over, that's her favorite position. Give it to her raw. Going in the deep. Fucking all night, we ain't about to go to sleep. Vibing to the beat, while I clap her cheeks. Baby girl skirting and she fucking up the sheets. She the beauty, I'm the beast. Eat her like a feast. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get a piece. Detroit after dark, did it in the park. Under the stars on the hood of a car.
HHN Special Report.
We up in the parking lot. Put up to the job, we was fucking on the clock. Day and after work, we went to the drive-in. Treated like a swimming pool, I'm about to dive in. This a party over here, got you fucking vibing. Grab a naughty girl, yeah, I'm about to slide in. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, and she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party.
Thursday.
Baby girl love it, and she about to get naughty, get naughty.
That's right, Father.
Naughty, naughty, get naughty,
Get naughty.
naughty, naughty, get naughty, naughty.
Shouts out to everybody.
Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, and she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, and she about to get naughty, get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 naughty.
You know what it is. You know what it is. We gonna play again. Number two. Hey. You know what it is. And then we're gonna do a bonus track. I'm gonna play the bonus track. I'm gonna play my parody for the bonus track, and then we're gonna go to the number one. Then we're gonna get up out of here. You know I gotta play that parody.
It's the breath of the ancestors. With this time, my hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gone, crated with the suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rates, nothing lesser. I'm the god of the storms, I control the weather.
Everybody.
So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through, better run to the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crime, we make the throne better. I turn this whole world into a Coachella. Pick up the back of a pistol, pop you like Hippo Simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or you get dismembered. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Just the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles overhead to make them wobble. Don't like the TV show, nigga, just change the channel. Genocidal, these lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, my goons, they carry rifle. Very tribal, sometimes we very primal. AR-15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre, cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Being a soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Hardcore type shit, you see us sleeping over.
Almost 5:30.
You understand, you catching hands.
Almost time to grab a coffee. Almost time to grab that coffee, baby.
Feel like I got a blast at the gun quicker than anybody.
You gotta bring me a cup, baby.
Your part, they throw you in the river. This the revolution, you gotta deal with us. Cause this the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
We're gonna do the bonus parody track. Then we're gonna get to the number one song.
This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed.
Glad YouTube ain't fucking with me.
This the breath of the ancestors.
We good, y'all. We good, y'all.
Just a breath of the ancestors.
Let me not speak too soon. Let me not speak too soon. All right. Bonus track. Guinness World Record breaker. You know, we're about to do my parody song. I'm about to play this parody track real quick. I just did a parody track yesterday. And you already know. Much love to everyone. You know, this is the parody song. I redid the Jagged Edge shit. And you know, the Promise song by Jagged Edge. I took that shit and flipped it around. Man. I need to make some skits with this, but I would need the actual artist. I would need the actual artist to pop up. Because we need to make a sketch comedy show. And I want to be like the entertainment, but like not the actual entertainment, but like the entertainment song at the end. And I played a parody song of the artist, right? And right after I'm done, the real motherfucking people that I did the song to comes out and everybody cheering, right? And then I'm like, oh shit, what up, though? And they just blow my shit out and stump me out. And the host come out and be like, all right, everybody, good night. And the camera's closing while I'm still getting stumped out by the motherfucking people. Every track I do, you know what I'm saying? Because I won. Not only that, and they can do a performance for the people off screen, you know, like give a good performance, you know, that's off the books and shit. This is, you know, like sell for free. You know what I'm saying? Kill this shit. I'm about to bring back Mad TV, y'all. I'm about to bring back Mad TV. Yeah, no jinx it. You're right. But yeah. and shouts out to Comic Brandon because he kind of talked about it briefly and shit. You know, like when you do the comic, you know, like I'll be the music, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's still funny. It's within the same realm of comedy. But shouts out to everybody. This is the new parody track. Bonus track. The Empire. There you go. Man, that beat so cold.
Her panties are dropping, girl, I'm feeling you. Baby girl, won't you come close? Baby, I'm honest,
New exclusive.
and we going fast and slow. Baby, I promise. We smoke a lot of weed, and we gonna fuck all night. I promise. These things to you. It's your destiny. I promise. Time for me to make things right. She still love me long time. And she let me get her pie. And I'm diving all inside. Cause baby know how much I face while I smoke this weed, yeah, and pull it out. I'm gonna explode all on you. Oh, love, I got love you need. Said I got it.
You know about them.
Now, baby girl, get on top of me. She's riding me to the beat. Oh, it's driving, girl, I'm feeling you. Oh, baby girl, won't you come close? And we going fast and slow. Fast and slow. Baby, I promise. It's no lottery. And we gonna fuck all night.
The neighbors think like, what the fuck?
It's your destiny. I promise. Woo. Think of all the times we played. We be fucking every day. Now it's playing another game. Come here. You gave the pussy to me. And baby girl, that pussy fire, girl. Let me give you what you deserve. Girl, you about to get fucked. This a deep fuck, yeah. I got love you need. Baby, come here and let's smoke some weed. And you know we gonna keep on smoking on top of me. Girl, I love you. We fucking tonight, girl, I'm feeling you. Baby girl, won't you come close? Oh, yeah, we can get it. And we going fast and fast and slow. Baby, I promise. We smoke a lot of weed. We gonna fuck all night now. I promise.
Crazy.
It's
you know it, baby.
I promise. The only one I want in my life. Only one I want in my life. Yeah, we gon' be fucking all night. Yeah, we gon' be fucking all night. I'm about to make you my wife. I promise, 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 promise you, babe. The only one I want in my life. And we gon' be fucking all night, babe. Girl, I'm about to make you my wife. I promise, 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 promise you, babe.
Let the beat ride. On the B side. Hey. Woo. Hey, let the beat ride. Hey.
The only one I want in my life. Only one I want in my life. We gon' be fucking all night. Promise everything will be alright. To my way. I promise, 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 I need you, girl. The only one I want in my life. I love you. And we gon' be fucking all night. Girl, I'm about to know, oh, yeah. I promise, 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 yeah.
Hey, what it is? It's another parody. Number one.
Hurricane 313.
Shouts out to everybody on the USS Hurricane HHN Special Report. Much love to my goddess Vanta, my UK correspondent, the first lady of the Hurricane Tonight Trappist Church. Make sure y'all check out our video, Getting Naughty. You already know what it is. Now it's time to bring the God of Storms. Number one.
Why not in this bitch? All you haters ain't shit. Hit it with fast lyrics, slow lyrics. These bullets don't miss, but y'all worry about vibes. I worry about rhymes, so I gotta
Get it, yo,
vibe
Vontae.
and tone it down. I think I'm losing my mind. So I'm about to go ham. Say
That's right, baby. Get it, yo.
When I said me with 1,000 eyes, been prophesized that I'm gonna organize a revolution that will ride for life. 5 eyes, the homicide. Every government official gonna motherfucker die to die. Y'all think I'm out of mind, but I'm the god of storms. I do this shit all the time. Hurricane is the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the,
Get it, yo. You know
bow
it.
down to the, bow down to the
God storm.
bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to
Hit you with the rider storm.
all praise to the god of storms.
Hit you with the rider storm.
Bow down to the, bow down to the,
You know it.
bow down to the god of storms. Trying to devastate, trying to go faster but pump the brakes. Going at a pace you would never trace. Here come the impact you would never brace. Better vacate from the pace, okay? They ain't got my AK, but it's stayed okay. Revolutionary lyrics that have paved the way. From where rebels come through, best spray your face. League they replicate. They gonna kill the government, they manipulate. I'm pulling out the hidden blade. Walking up on that fed, his bro get a slip today. Look, revolution is the way, but niggas is scared. Grab the good, I'm getting prepared. All you haters, you better beware. Get prepared, cause the storm right here. I'm the god of storms. Bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the, all praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the
313, baby. Time stamp that.
Tell me to spark up the frankincense. We ain't up in this bitch with no frankincense. Revolutionary let the day commence. So we ain't going all out before the day is spent. They got many drones as a hypocrite. They watching everything on some major shit. They poison water, they poison food. Chemtrails in the air, they spraying shit. CDC, they making sick. Black Rock Planeteer, they taking shit. I'm about to see the evil bitches to the great abyss. I'm the great hurricane, trigger straight to mist. Time to rise up and raise the fist. Who bullet with me, let's take a trip. Shooting at the government and make them flip. Bitch, time to fill the world with amazing hits. God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the,
313. That's right, baby. Time stamp.
bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the, all praise to the God of storms, bow down to the, bow down to the, bow down to the.
Shouts out to everybody.
Bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the
Greatest community on YouTube, y'all. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a pat on the back for being great individuals. I'm proud of each and every one of y'all.
Bow down to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the.
Drop a little love on that like button.
All praise to the god of storms. Bow down to the, bow down to the.
Shouts out to everybody. Pat yourselves on the back for being the greatest individuals I've ever met. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. No matter if it's the HHN Special Report, HHN Special Stories, Fuck the Government Podcast, Matrix versus Reality, Top 15 Countdown, Cloak and Dagger Podcast, and celebrity reviews, TV show reviews, and my music, professional and parody. You know, and I want to thank everybody for coming through. And about to maybe something to eat, work on a little bit of music, and get ready for work. If y'all haven't seen my Fuck the Government podcast, make sure y'all check it out. I forgot what I was talking about on the Fuck the Government podcast because I'm so caught up in this. But check it out, and y'all kick back, relax, and enjoy the ride. It's your man, Hurricane. Much love to my Goddess Vontae, my UK correspondent. Baby, catch you in a minute. And y'all know how we end it. Mic check. I walk around the streets for my black tech, 9 by the waistline, looking the hype shit. I never claim to be the best type of rapper, but have to show the motherfuckers what I'm after. I'm after the gold, and after that, the platinum. Beef after that, Hurricane G packs the Gatson, bow. Trigger bang, bang. This is the HHN Special Report with Vontae, the UK correspondent. You already know what it is. It's 5:43 over there. I know you about to grab you a coffee, kick back, bon appetit. Probably might make you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Y'all probably chilling back, getting ready for work, or you're probably just chilling, even the 4 degrees. $17 an hour. That was a job notification. I hope that shit close. Nope, that shit said Pontiac. Damn. But anyway, much love, and I'll catch y'all in a minute. And I'll be sending you love throughout the day, Vonta. You already know what it is. Right before I go into work. And I'll catch y'all tonight for the Detroit After Dark. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. Y'all stay up. Hold on. One more for Vonta. Oh yeah.